Binance or FTX? It's a tough choice. One a legendary heavyweight and the other a rising star. In this video, I'll be going over the pros and cons of each exchange and comparing them side by side. All that to help find the right exchange for you. Oh, and I'll also be giving you some top tips when it comes to using these exchanges. Tips that can help you extract the most value and get the most bang for your sat. Before I get going, I do need to make something clear. Yes, I might be a scholar, a teacher, a crypto nutcase, or even the next James Bond. However, there is one thing that I am certainly not, and that would be a financial advisor. Sorry, just not on my CV. Now, with that out of the way, I would like to say good day to all the new viewers here. The name is Guy, and I'm your crypto guy. This channel is all about helping you level up that crypto knowledge. So, if that sounds like something of interest, then you can sign up to my knowledge-packed vids by gently flicking that subscribe button and smashing that cheeky notification bell. If you're lucky, it may give you a ding when the next video is in. One more thing, behold please the timestamps below. Those are there should you be short on time and want to hop to a relevant section. However, doing so will mean you could miss some of my gold nuggets of wisdom. Anywho, that's enough of my nattering pitter-patter. Let's dive right into the video. So, who is Binance? Well, they are the #1 exchange for spot crypto trading. Frankly, if you speak to anyone who's been in crypto for over a year, then the chances are they have a Binance account. That's down to the huge array of altcoins available here, deep liquidity and extensive exchange features. However, in spite of this popularity, no one really knows where Binance is headquartered. Yes, they have staff in around 50 countries and offices scattered around the world, but they don't exactly have an HQ. Sure, some people might not like that. However, the likes of Coinbase, who are listed on the US stock exchange, don't have a formal headquarters either. It's more a sign of the changing times we're in, as people shift to more remote workforces. Moreover, CZ, Binance's founder and one of the most prolific personalities in crypto, isn't exactly in hiding. Now, of course, this popularity does come with its downsides. It means that you become a target when regulators and governments are looking to make examples. Binance has recently been in the firing line of regulators and governments in recent months. Countries like China, Japan, Italy, Malaysia, Thailand, and the Cayman Islands have all recently imposed restrictions or issued legal proceedings against Binance. Even here in the UK, Binance got caught in the regulatory crosshairs of the FCA in June of this year. In a nutshell, it issued a consumer warning, saying that no other entity in the Binance group holds any form of UK authorization, registration, or license to conduct regulated activity in the UK. That was slightly misleading, as the FCA called out Binance Markets Limited, a company that does not offer any products or services via Binance.com. However, it sowed the seeds of fear, uncertainty, and doubt when it came to UK-based Binance users, Binance's payment processors, or even retail banks blocking Binance-related deposits and withdrawals. The result of all this was Binance making sweeping changes to its KYC procedures. And while they are incredibly annoying for your average crypto trader, it was the most logical step for Binance to take to fall in line with global regulations. Another thing you should know is that Binance holds a much bigger stake in the wider crypto ecosystem than just the exchange. Last year, they acquired the popular crypto card provider Swipe for a pretty penny. Then you have the acquisition of the top crypto price aggregator, CoinMarketCap, for an astonishing $400 million, and the acquisition of Trust Wallet back in 2018. In fact, Binance had even made an early-stage strategic investment in, that's right, FTX. And speaking of which, what's the situation then over there at FTX? Well, this global exchange was founded back in 2017, and they actually have an official headquarters, and that would be in Hong Kong. It also turns out that FTX has raised a crazy amount of money from venture capital funds as well. Earlier this year, they managed to raise an eye-watering $900 million at an $18 billion valuation from over 60 different investors. Quite the crypto exchange war chest. But how have they spent these newfound riches? Well, a bunch of that money was spent on acquiring new users and increasing FTX's brand recognition via sponsorship deals. So if FTX has only just popped up on your radar this year, you now know why. But what sponsorships cost hundreds of millions of dollars? Well, FTX acquired the naming rights to esports organization TSM for $210 million, the naming rights to an NBA team stadium for $135 million, and what I can only imagine was a boatload of money for a 5-year MLB sponsorship deal. Then you have the celebrity endorsements like Tom Brady and supermodel Gisele Bündchen, who are also equity owners in FTX, by the way. All that has propelled FTX to become the 4th biggest crypto exchange in the world, at least according to CoinMarketCap. That places it just behind the likes of KuCoin and Coinbase, but there honestly isn't too much between these 3 exchanges when you consider those top-level numbers. The main difference is that FTX has exploded, seemingly out of nowhere, whereas KuCoin and Coinbase have been cemented as top exchanges for quite a while now. Okay, so who are the brains behind the operation of FTX? Well, the exchange was incubated by one of the big-time crypto venture capital firms, Alameda Research. On top of that, many key personnel who work at Alameda also hold key positions at FTX too. Okay, so that's the high-level overview. However, it would be foolhardy to just sign up to either before you brush up on your knowledge about their security. I mean, it is your crypto and your money at stake here. So let's move on to that. All right, I need to be straightforward here and let you know that Binance doesn't have a spotless record when it comes to hacks. Yes, that is a problem that plagues many crypto exchanges, but you need to be aware of it. Back in 2019, around 2% of all the Bitcoin on the exchange got stolen by some nefarious hackers. They basically got access to Binance's hot wallet. We can also infer from this that Binance holds about 98% of all the crypto on the exchange in cold storage. So yeah, that hack was a letdown indeed. However, Binance did do the right thing and fully reimbursed everyone impacted by that breach. Those funds came from the legendary Safu Fund, a pot of crypto put aside to cover users against things like hacks. But how does account security look at Binance? We certainly wouldn't want someone cracking into that, after all. Well, Binance accounts are protected with a bog-standard password. However, you can further enhance that security by using a security key like a YubiKey to verify you are a human and not a remote attacker. Then you have security precautions like Google Authenticator, which generates a 6-digit code which you'll have to punch into Binance to log in or withdraw. This way, a crypto thief would most likely need to have your phone unlocked to get access to your account. And while we're on that note, I wouldn't recommend that you use your phone number for SMS verification, as this method is vulnerable to SIM hacks. In terms of advanced security, you can also whitelist crypto addresses that you control. That way, a nefarious actor wouldn't be able to withdraw from your Binance account for 24 hours, giving you time to lock everything down. On top of that, you can activate an anti-phishing code. If that code you set up doesn't show in a supposed email from Binance, then you know it's a fake email and not from the exchange. So, that's Binance. But how are things over there at FTX? Well, I need to give credit where credit is due. FTX has got some of the most advanced security measures that I have ever seen. Yes, they offer you the option to secure your account with a password and 2-factor authentication. But if a crypto thief manages to get past all of that, you can make their life even harder by setting a separate password to authorize account withdrawals, a simple yet effective solution in my book. Also, if anyone changes your password or unbinds your 2FA, withdrawals from your FTX account will be suspended for 24 hours, giving you time to regain control over that account. Another great thing about FTX is that if they detect any unusual activity, they'll let you know over email, just to make sure that it's you accessing your account. In terms of whitelisting, FTX offers significantly more options than Binance. Yes, you can whitelist wallet addresses. However, you can also whitelist certain IP addresses so that your account is only accessible from home, for example. On top of that, FTX won't let big deposits or withdrawals go through without a second thought. Those types of transactions undergo manual review to make sure there's nothing suspicious going on, which gives you another layer of assurance. So yeah, if you really value a wide range of security options, then you might want to opt for FTX over Binance. Now, even though security is super important, it means absolutely nothing if you can't create an account or access the crypto assets that you want. So, let's take a look at both exchanges' country and asset support. Now, Binance have not exactly made it easy to determine who can and cannot use the exchange. I have yet to find a definitive list from an official Binance source concerning blocked countries. However, Binance have said that they won't be accepting users from Singapore after Singapore's central bank claimed that the exchange was breaching local laws. Ontario residents in Canada are also unable to trade here due to a regulatory clampdown. Earlier this year, when asked if Binance accept Japanese users, the exchange declined to comment. So, given the warning from regulators, I'd personally steer well clear of the exchange if you are based in Japan. It's a similar situation for Thai users too. Thailand's SEC filed a criminal complaint against Binance earlier in the year for operating a business without a license. So yeah, my Thai friends might want to reconsider creating an account here for that reason alone. Then you have China, which banned crypto transactions completely, so naturally you're out of the game if you live over there and don't want to run the risk of getting into some serious trouble. Italian and Cayman Island residents should probably stay clear of Binance too, due to those regulators taking issue with Binance's operations. Now, when it comes to US users, you're out of luck if you want to use Binance.com. However, Binance US could be an option for my friends living across the pond. Now, I know the regulatory situation is shifting constantly. So if you're thinking of creating a Binance account, I would recommend that you do a quick Google search to just check that there are no known problems in the country you reside in. But with all those potential pitfalls, you could be forgiven for being utterly confused why Binance is still so damn popular. Well, one of the key reasons for that is the sheer variety of cryptos available on the exchange, around 400 at the last count. Now, thankfully, things are much more straightforward when it comes to FTX's country restrictions. That's because they have a list of countries they don't support. It more or less reads as an international naughty list, with the likes of Cuba, Crimea, Iran, Afghanistan, Syria, and North Korea all being blocked. Sadly, users from Antigua and Barbuda or the USA are not allowed to create an account there either. That being said, FTX does have a dedicated US exchange, FTX US. So, if you're based in the land of the free and you're interested in FTX, then you'll want to watch my video over here. When it comes to supported cryptos, FTX has a solid selection of around 250. So, unless you are dumpster diving for some truly obscure shitcoin, you should find what you want on this exchange. Anyways, let's move on to the next most important consideration, and that is funding or withdrawal methods. Now, if you are fortunate enough to live in an exotic location with a funky currency, then I'm sure you know how frustrating it is to have to deposit on a platform with USD or euros. Essentially, you get ripped off with those foreign exchange fees. Well, the good news is that both Binance and FTX have excellent support for a host of different fiat currencies. With FTX, all the currencies over here are supported, and that is a great selection. But Binance honestly smashes that out of the park with support for dozens of different currencies. That includes currencies that I don't know the abbreviation for, like BGN, which turns out to be short for Bulgarian Lev. Now, when it comes to deposit methods, FTX supports the good old-fashioned bank transfer. Binance, meanwhile, has a wider range of deposit options, including credit and debit cards and P2P trading. However, with both exchanges, I'd strongly recommend you use bank deposits as the way to get fiat onto the exchanges. This method is free, and other methods will incur a hefty deposit fee, which you probably want to avoid. While we are talking fees, though, those that are likely to impact on your bottom line the most are trading fees. So let's take a look at how these stack up. Now, with crypto exchanges, there are two types of trading fee. The first are called taker fees, which are paid when you execute an order at the current market price. The second is known as a maker fee, which is payable when you provide liquidity by placing things like a limit order. An example of that order type would be when you decide you don't want to buy Bitcoin for $65,000 and instead want to get it at $50,000. Well, you can submit that order to the order book, which makes liquidity. If Bitcoin plunges to that price level and your order is triggered, then you'll end up paying a maker fee on that trade. Now, at Binance, the highest maker and taker fees you'll pay are 0.1%. Sure, you can get further discounts if you trade a ton, but how many of us are going to really do more than 50 BTC's worth of trading volume in a month? Not many, I bet. But there are other ways to further reduce those fees. If you use Binance's BNB coin to pay fees, you'll get a whopping 25% trading fee discount. But 0.075% are not the lowest fees you can get on Binance. Anyone that signs up to Binance using my link will get an additional 20% off. This slashes those fees to a mere 0.06%, provided you pay maker and taker fees with BNB. So be sure to check out my link in the description below if you want to bag that discount. Now, I know that Binance deal sounds pretty insane, but fees on FTX are exceptionally competitive too. Unless you're trading more than $2 million every 30 days, you'll be paying 0.07% in taker fees and a mere 0.02% in maker fees. So if you think you are going to be placing a lot of limit orders, then you're frankly better off using FTX with those rock-bottom maker fees on offer. Of course, there are a few tips here as well to reduce your trading fees. By holding FTT tokens, you can get an additional trading fee discount. That scales to a whopping 60% discount. But let's face it, most of us are probably only going to get a fee discount of up to 10% when you consider the table over here. That 10% discount takes FTX taker fees to 0.063%, which is good, but still slightly higher than what you could be getting at Binance. However, I've been able to secure you a special deal on FTX that gives you an additional 10% trading fee discount for life, thus crushing that fee down to a meager 0.056%. On top of that, you'll also get your first $30 in trading fees for free. So yeah, you can give FTX a spin with no trading fees whatsoever. Now, if you want to grab that offer, then be sure to use my FTX link in the description below. So now that you know how to optimize those trading fees, I want to move on and show you the trading platforms at these exchanges. I'm going to be straightforward here and just say I don't think there's too much separating the trading panels at either exchange. They are both great in my book and have very similar functionality. You have Binance over here, and you can check out FTX below that. Yes, I know that these trading interfaces might look complicated if you're new to crypto, but I can assure you they are quite straightforward to use once you know how. If you want a step-by-step guide on how to buy that crypto like a pro on FTX, then you'll want to watch my ultimate FTX guide, and you know where to go for that. I've actually already done a Binance guide too, which I'll leave a link to in the description for you guys. Now, in both those videos, I break down exactly what each element of those trading panels does and how to execute different order types. So be sure to come back to those after this video. Okay, so that's all well and good, but what if you need some help at a crypto exchange and you need to reach out to customer support? That's something to consider ahead of time, as trust me, the difference between good and bad support becomes abundantly clear when you need to use it. Yes, I am looking at you, Coinbase. Binance is one of the few exchanges out there that actually offers a form of live chat support. Now, this sounds great. However, whenever I've reached out, it did take a bit of time for support agents to get back to me. The good news is that you'll get an email when the chaps at Binance do get back to you, and who knows, you might be luckier than me in terms of those responses. FTX, on the other hand, offers email ticketed support, but you can also reach out to FTX on a plethora of different social platforms. Personally, I found their admins over there to be pretty responsive. So, which do I prefer? Well, overall, I would give Binance a slight edge here. Put simply, Binance was able to solve any query I had. They did that a little bit faster, and I frankly prefer live chat whenever I have that option. But it is honestly pretty close here. Now, the truth is that FTX and Binance offer a heck of a lot more than simply buying and selling crypto. So let's take a quick squiz at what else these chaps have got going on. So I'm sure many of you are aware of the meager rates of interest available at your friendly local bank. Well, both exchanges offer you a significantly better deal if you want to earn higher rates of interest with your crypto. FTX offers you the opportunity to earn 10% interest through its margin lending platform, whereas Binance offers some access to crazy crypto APYs through Binance Earn. Here you can get guaranteed rates of up to 123% on Axie Infinity, at least at the time of shooting this video. High-yield interest products are also available. However, I need to make it abundantly clear that you are accepting more risk if you choose to go down that path. Another hot feature is Binance's Crypto Visa card. That allows you to spend those crypto gains wherever Visa is accepted, and you can earn up to 8% cashback too. Another cool feature is the Binance Launch Pool. Essentially, this allows Binance users to acquire new token rewards in return for staking certain cryptocurrencies. Now, some projects don't launch via public sale or an initial exchange offering and instead opt to have their tokens distributed by the launch pool. So yeah, this is a way for you to potentially get exposure to new projects at an early stage. Then you have the legendary Binance Launchpad, which is Binance's exclusive initial exchange offering, IEO, platform. So yeah, if you want to access early stage projects, then you'll want to check that out. FTX does sometimes offer access to a few IEOs too. However, these are nowhere near as frequent as on Binance. When it comes to NFT marketplaces, both exchanges offer one. But I'm going to level with you, Binance's is significantly more fleshed out when it comes to NFT availability. So bear that in mind if NFTs float your boat. So what does FTX offer that Binance doesn't? Well, recently Binance stopped supporting tokenized stocks, but FTX still has these. So if you want to buy and sell the likes of Alibaba, Tesla, Amazon, Apple, etc., you can do that over there. FTX also has some interesting prediction markets. These allow you to speculate on things like if Trump will become the next president in 2024. Here, you're basically trading futures contracts, which expire at $1 if Trump wins and $0 if he loses. So, some of you might like to take a punt on that action. Another cool feature offered by this exchange is something known as the Quant Zone. This tool allows you to automate your trading strategies. That way, you don't need to be sitting at your computer all day to catch those market swings. And finally, I should point out that both exchanges offer access to futures and other leverage instruments. However, I would advise you to steer well clear of these. That is because leverage trading is incredibly risky, and more often than not, the cards are stacked against you. If you want to learn more about the dangers of leverage trading, you can watch my most recent video about it. Now that's about all I have time for today, folks. But I hope that the video at least helped give you some guidance on which of the two exchanges works for you. The truth is that there is a ton more to both these exchanges, and I simply wasn't able to cover it all today. I'd recommend you check out my dedicated exchange video guides if you want to learn even more about them. If you're interested in getting started on either exchange, then do yourself a favor and secure yourself those exclusive trading fee discounts. Link to those is below. And now I want to hear your thoughts. What is the best crypto exchange? Do you have any questions? Hit me up in the comments. And finally, if you got some value from this video, why don't you give this crypto chap a pat on the back by hitting that like button? If you'd like to see even more videos from me, then be sure to subscribe. Take it easy, folks, and I'll see you all soon.